Have you ever thought of Thor as just a hammer-swinging superhero with lightning powers? Well, there's way more to him than that. Thor isn't just a warrior. He's a tragic, complex character who's been reimagined across centuries, from ancient mythology to modern cinema. Long before Marvel Comics, Thor existed in Norse mythology. In those ancient tales, he's the god of thunder, son of Odin and the earth itself, not Frigga like in the Marvel movies. He rides a chariot pulled by two magical goats, wears a strength-doubling belt, and wields Mjolnir, the hammer that always returns to his hand. But he's not perfect. He's impulsive, quick to anger, and doomed to die during Ragnarok, the end of the world. Even in those myths, Thor wasn't just a god. He was someone who would eventually fall. Marvel introduced Thor to comics in 1962, in Journey into Mystery number 83. But they added a twist. They gave Thor a secret identity, a disabled doctor named Donald Blake. Whenever Blake hit his cane on the ground, he transformed into the mighty Thor. This wasn't just about action, it was about humility, a god learning what it means to live as a mortal. Over time, Marvel moved past the Donald Blake identity and focused on Thor himself. But the key theme remained worthiness. Mjolnir has that iconic line engraved: "Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor." And that idea became the center of Thor's journey. It's not about strength, it's about character. Thor fails a lot. He's cast out of Asgard, he disobeys Odin. He lets his emotions get the best of him. And in one of the darkest Marvel comic arcs, Unworthy Thor, he completely loses the ability to lift Mjolnir. Why? Because of one whispered sentence: the Gore was right. Gore, the god butcher, believed that gods were cruel and didn't care for mortals. And when Thor starts to believe that, even for a moment, he becomes unworthy. Not because he lost a battle, but because he lost faith in himself. That inner doubt is what makes Thor such a powerful character. He constantly struggles with identity. Is he a warrior, a king, a protector, or just a failure trying to live up to a legend? In the 2012 comic Thor, God of Thunder, he faces Gore across 3 different timelines: young Thor, present Thor, and future Thor. And in all 3 versions, one truth remains: he's not sure he deserves to be a god. He's haunted by the weight of responsibility. It's not just about saving the day, it's about whether he's even worthy to try. And then came the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thor's journey on screen starts off very similar to the comics: arrogant, powerful, and hungry for battle. But after being banished to Earth by Odin, he begins to change. He learns humility, compassion, and for the first time, what it means to truly fail. By the time we get to Thor Ragnarok, his world is literally falling apart. He loses his father, his hammer is destroyed. He watches Asgard crumble, and yet he finds strength not in weapons but in himself. Then comes Avengers: Infinity War. Thor loses his brother, his best friend, and half his people. Still, he forges a new weapon, Stormbreaker, and nearly kills Thanos. But nearly isn't enough. He doesn't go for the head, and the guilt of that mistake destroys him. In Avengers Endgame, we see a side of Thor that shocked many fans. He's overweight, depressed, drunk, a literal god broken by failure and grief. But this version of Thor is important. It shows that even the strongest heroes can fall apart. And it shows that worthiness isn't about perfection, it's about being willing to get back up. In the end, Thor passes the mantle to Valkyrie and goes off with the Guardians of the Galaxy, searching once again for purpose. He's no longer chasing the throne or the hammer. He's chasing meaning. So what makes Thor special? It's not the lightning, it's not the hammer, it's not even the godhood. It's the fact that behind all that power there's a man constantly questioning himself. Someone who struggles with expectations, legacy, and loss. A man who fails, but chooses to rise again. That's why Thor matters. Not just as a superhero, but as a symbol of something deeper. Because in the end, even gods need to earn their worth. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who thinks Thor is just about muscles and thunder. And let me know in the comments, who should we explore next?